Davy!
Clear up, my dear. Remember what I said. Control yourself. Firmness, my dear. Go and give your mother a kiss, David.
Welcome home, Davy. Did you have a nice time at Yarmouth?
Yes, Mother.
You must tell me all about it. But first, you must greet Mr. Murdstone, your stepfather.
How do you do, David?
Answer your father, Davy.
Very well, sir.
And this is Miss Murdstone. She is Edward's sister, who has kindly come to live with us and help with the running of the house.
Generally speaking, I don't like boys. How do you do, boy?
Very well, I think.
Wants better manners.
He will learn. In time, he will learn.
I'm afraid we have already dined, Davy.
Supper is precisely at 5 o'clock. You are late.
But there is some cold supper in the larder. Why don't you and Peggotty have something to eat?
I'm not very hungry, thank you.
Which reminds me, Clara, I shall need to have the key to the larder.
If you think it necessary.
I certainly do. How am I going to keep account of provisions if just anybody can go in and take things?
A very good idea, Jane.
Oh, but Edward, it is a little difficult when I am not able in my own house.
My own house? Clara!
Our own house, I mean. Peggotty has managed very well in the
I will not be accused of interfering. Edward, I shall leave tomorrow.
Jane Murdstone, be
I
silent.
certainly do not mean for anyone to leave. I'll be
Sit down, both of you. Clara, you surprise me. I knew that when I married such an inexperienced person who was required to form her character, that there might be some difficulties. But when Jane Murdstone is kind enough to assume for my sake a condition something like a housekeeper, the last thing I expected was ingratitude.
Oh, Edward, please do not think me ungrateful. I am very grateful.
How am I to think otherwise?
I couldn't bear it if you were angry with me.
I am not angry, but I am chilled by this revelation of your weakness.
Dear Jane, please, take the larder key. Take all of them, I beg of you.
I would not presume to do so now.
Jane. Very well.
Pray, let us all be friends again. I could not live under any coldness or unkindness. I am so sorry. I will try to do better in the future, I promise.
You are starting to show signs of firmness. Very good, Clara.
Thank you, Edward.
There will be no further occurrences of harsh words in this house. I trust that is understood. And as this is not a fit scene for the boy, David, go to bed. If I go to a cheesemonger's shop and buy 5,000 double Gloucester cheeses at 4p halfpenny each, how much money need I present for purchase?
5,000.
Don't look at your mother, David. The answer is not there.
4p halfpenny each.
You heard me. Figure it out. Well?
I can't. Can't or won't.
Precisely.
Think, Davy.
Clara.
I cannot do it.
Very well.
Davy.
Stubborn
I
boy.
took the numbers when you and Peggotty asked me, but I can't.
No, Edward!
Leave the room,
You're
Clara!
afraid you don't let me help.
Clara!
I'm not quite well, Jane.
David, 5,000 double Gloucester cheeses at 4p halfpenny.
Have you family in Yarmouth, Mr. Copperfield?
No, Miss Darnold, but my nurse's family lives there, and they are as close to me as my own. Her brother's house, or his boat, rather, for he lives in one, on dry land. He is full of people who are objects of his generosity and kindness.
How interesting.
Isn't Yarmouth a rather bleak, out-of-the-way sort of place? I am ignorant of most things and only ask for information.
It's not society's playground, if that's what you mean, Rosa.
I inquired into the place's character only so that I may learn.
It is a rough and tumble sort of place, yes, mostly fishermen and boat builders. The family I'm to visit are fishermen, in fact. You would be delighted to see that household.
Indeed.
Well, I think I should. To make the journey, not to mention a journey with you, Daisy, and to meet that sort of people and to make one of them.
Oh, but really, do tell me, are they though?
Are they what?
That sort of people. Are they really animals and claws and beings of another order? I want to know so much.
There is a pretty wide separation between us and them, but I dare say they are wonderfully virtuous, and they may be thankful that, like their course, rough skins, they are not easily wounded.
Really, it is so consoling to know that when they suffer, they don't feel. I have been quite uneasy for that sort of people, but now I shall just dismiss the idea of them altogether. Live and learn.
Well, your friends in Yarmouth can wait a few days, can't they, Daisy? Well, you and I ought to do London proud. I can show you the town before we turn it upside down.
Oh, James, don't be rude.
I am curious to know why James calls you Daisy. Perhaps it is a joke of some sort? I only ask for information since I know so little of masculine ways of joking. I am so stupid.
Indeed. Come along, Daisy, we're going out. We shall not be back until late, Mother.
Good evening.
I am sorry, Rosa. James can be so thoughtless. Pay no attention to him.
How easily said. I've spent my life trying not to pay attention to him. I wanted to see what you looked like. James Steerforth's little bit of fancy. The common little nothing who ensnared my boy. I want to see what such a thing looks like.
Who are you?
To think my boy was taken in by that false modesty, that empty head.
Whoever you are, you know my pitiable story. You cannot punish me any more than I punished myself.
I haven't started with you. Before I am finished, everyone between here and your precious Yarmouth slum will know who you are and what you are.
Please just leave me be.
You leave me be? No.
I don't know who you are.
I was his, and he would have been mine someday.